We've got Greg Oden via the OnStar hotline joining us from, he was in Los Angeles. Now I know he's got to be in New York City for the draft. Is there any city you haven't been to in the last couple of days, Greg?
There's a lot. I really want to go to Hawaii. I don't know why.
I know why, and you'll like it.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, then that's a good thing. When I get a chance to, I'm going.
Well, put it this way. Unless they move the Portland Trail Blazers to Seattle to Hawaii, you're going to be stuck in the Pacific Northwest, which is not a bad place to be. How has it been for you in the last year of your life at Ohio State as a freshman, now potentially being the number 1 draft pick in the NBA?
To be honest with you, this has been the greatest and the worst year of my life. Everything's been so good. Ohio State was great. I loved Columbus. I loved being a college student.
Greg Oden joining us from the New York City draft headquarters. He's expected to go number 1 tomorrow in the NBA draft 2007, joining us via the OnStar hotline. You spent the 1 year in college because there was the rule that high school players can't go to the NBA. Are you glad you spent that 1 year in college? Would you have done it any differently?
I would have. I really would have went to college. I enjoyed myself being a regular student, being able to go out, be goofy, not have people just hound me all the time. I loved it. I wanted to go back, but after I had signed and I realized that it definitely wasn't legal for me to go back now.
How close were you to going back to Ohio State for your sophomore year?
I was very close. I really did think about it. I didn't start thinking until after the season was over, and I put everything in consideration. And when I met with Coach Mata, he's such a great guy. What he told me was, there's really nothing I can say. This is a great opportunity that you should take it and enjoy it.
I don't know if you know about this movie, but Godfrey Cambridge did a movie called Watermelon Man, in which he was white to start with, and then he woke up in a dream and he became an African American. So you're trying to flip the script for your career to start in the NBA?
Not really. In the NBA, I think I'll be doing just fine being African American. But when I go out, for people not to know that it's me, nah, I was just kidding.
I'm glad we got that all straightened out. I was confused. Hey, you mentioned about moving to Indiana and then moving to Indianapolis when you were a kid. I know you were born in Buffalo, right?
I was born in Buffalo, New York.
So you a Bills guy or a Colts guy?
I'm definitely a Colts guy. What do you think when you ask me?
It was either that or get beat up at school, right? So what was it like for you when the Colts won the Super Bowl this past year?
I don't watch football that much, but living with Mike Conley Jr., you cannot not be a Colts fan. Like, he's running through the halls talking about, I told Coach Dungy to run that play. I told him to play that defense. That's all me.
Greg Oden joining us here on Game Night on ESPN Radio. How weird is it going to be potentially to not play with Mike Conley Jr.?
It's going to be very different because he's a great player and he's a great leader. He's just one of those guys who does what needs to be done to win. He's a winner, and you love to have a winner out there on the court with you.
I'm not sending any negative vibes out. Just curious. Have you thought about what it would feel like after all this buildup if for whatever reason you didn't get selected number 1 tomorrow night?
Probably cry.
Right there on camera?
Right there on camera. Go to the green room, just sit there with my mom, hug my mom the whole time. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, so you're pulling out leg, aren't
you? Whoever gets picked first, me or Kevin, Kevin's a great player, and who else to be picked second or whatever to. Just Kevin's a great guy, and anybody else to lead this great class, it would be an honor just to be picked first round because that's where the guaranteed money is.
That is true, and pretty much a lot of people think you're going to be a guaranteed stud in the NBA.
And really, from the comment you made earlier, for me to come in and be a stud right away, that's going to take some work. I'm not trying to come in and have the other players thinking that I'm going to rule this league. No, I'm coming in, I'm going to work hard, and I'm not trying to go crazy. I'm going to try to learn and just improve my game to one day I can be an all-star and win that NBA championship.
It's funny you mentioned the cover of ESPN, the magazine. You had the hat cocked to the side. You gave it the little gangster lean to the right-hand side a little bit. So is that the kind of suit you're going to wear tomorrow night when you get your hand shook by Commissioner David Stern?
The draft, I didn't want to go too flashy, but that suit is nice.
Yes, it is.
I love that suit. I'm not even going to lie.
I'm feeling you, believe me.
All right, I got to ask you the same question I'm going to ask Mike Conley Jr. What's the worst thing about living with Conley Jr.? Is it cleaning up after him? Is it the dishes? Does he stay up too late with the TV? What's the one thing drives you nuts?
Bathroom, hands down. He does not clean up the bathroom. He takes a shower, dries off, and throws his towel right there on the floor.
Did you ever yell at him to pick it up?
Every time.
Does it work?
No, it doesn't work. Actually, David Lighty's mom would come, and she would be visiting Dave, and she would actually come and clean up our bathroom because Mike's so nasty.
Wow.
Well, thanks so much for spending some time with us, Greg. I feel like we know you a whole lot better now.
Oh, well, thank you.